Good day, dear students. I am Safoyeva S your English teacher. Now, today we have a new topic, investigating skills. In this topic, in this lesson, we'll talk about inventions that changed the world. Now, first of all, what's an invention? An invention is a unique or novel device, method, composition, or process. The invention process is a process within an overall engineering and product development process. It may be an improvement upon a machine or product, or a new process for creating an objective or a result. An inventor is a person who creates or discovers an invention. An invention can change things, but no invention is created in vacuum. Every invention was built on previous inventions made years, decades, or centuries ago. It usually isn't the original inventor who gets all the credit, but rather the inventor who made the one crucial improvement that made it easier use. Now the first invention is the printing press. Johannes Gutenberg, a German goldsmith, invented the Gutenberg press, an innovative printing machine in the 1430s. The next one, the steam engine. Thomas Savery, an English military engineer and inventor, who in 1698 patented the first crude steam engine. Thomas Newcomen invented the atmospheric steam engine in 1712. James Watt improved Newcomen's design and invented what is considered the first modern steam engine in 1765. The next one, automobile. In 1885, Carl Benz designed and built the world's first practical automobile to be powered by an internal combustion engine. The next one is the light bulb. In 1809, Humphrey Davy, an English chemist, invented the first electric light. In 1878, Sir Joseph Wilson Swan, an English physicist, was the first person who invented a practical and longer-lasting electric light bulb with a carbon fiber filament. In 1879, Thomas Alva Edison invented a carbon filament that burned for 40 hours. The next invention is the camera. In 1814, Joseph Nicephore Niepce created the first photographic image with a camera. However, the image required 80 hours of light exposure and later faded. Louis Jacques Mende Daguerre is considered the inventor of the first practical process of photography in 1837. Now the next one, the sewing machine. The first functional sewing machine was invented by the French tailor Barthélemy Simonier in 1830. In 1834, Walter Hunt built America's first successful sewing machine. Elias Howe patented the first lock-stitch sewing machine in 1846. Isaac Singer invented the up and down motion mechanism. Next one is telephone. It's the most important thing in our life. In 1875, Alexander Graham Bell built the first telephone that transmitted electrically the human voice. One of the most important inventions is radio. Nikola Tesla invented the first radio, but it wasn't promoted until Guglielmo Marconi did so in 1895. Their work enabled the first radio transmission to occur on December 12, 1901. And the last one, the airplane. The first plane was invented by Orville Wright in 1903. Now, it was theoretical part of our lesson. Now it's time for practical part. The first one, the first task. In this task, you should match the words and their definition. You are given 12 words and their definitions, and you have 3 minutes for fulfilling this task. Now the first word, hypothesis. The second one, requisite. The third one, clarify. The fourth one, incessantly. Next, justify. And the sixth, constantly. Seventh, investigate. Eighth, consistently. Ninth, summarize. 10th, assumption. 11th, synthesize. And the last one, evaluate. Now, dear students, have you finished? I'll tell correct answers. The first one, C. The second one, J. The third one, B. The fourth one, F. The fifth, G. The sixth, H. Seventh, K. Eighth, L. Ninth, E. 10th, A. 11th, D. And the last one, I. Now I'll repeat the answer once more. The first one, C. The second one, J. The third one, B. The fourth one, F. Fifth, G. Sixth one, H. Seventh, K. Eighth, L. Ninth, E. 10th, A. And 11th, D. And the last one, I. Now the second task. It's time for a listening task. In this task, you should listen to the interview, and as you listen, you should complete the notes. You should fill in the gaps. Now, are you ready? Let's begin.
Unit 3. Effective Ways of Research. Lesson 7. Investigating Skills. Listening. 1. Science is improving speedily today. New technologies are running the world in our rapid 21st century. More and more research works and investigations are undertaken in the rush race for development, where the mind obtaining brilliant ideas and that is able to solve people's problems by investigating them gets worldwide fame, respect, and prosperity. And our today's guest is Professor, the founder of school, Learn and Improve, Rana Ismailova. Good morning, dears. Miss Rana, if you don't mind, our students would like to ask you some questions. I'm deeply delighted to answer your questions and help you to start your investigations. You're always welcome. Let's start then. And the first question was sent by mail to our studio from Fergana. Rashid Abdullah wonders what sphere are considered hot, burning and required investigations nowadays?
Oh, thank you. Good question, Rashid. Indeed, all spheres have their own problems and issues to be investigated and solved. Science, physics, medicine, social sciences, mathematics, art, philology, and all other disciplines have a hook that you can start to investigate, Rashid. And I'm sure your sphere also has unsolved problems, so try to investigate them.
Thank you, Miss Rana. Please, next question from the audience.
Miss Rana, could you please help me to clarify if there are some types of investigating that are more important?
Thank you, dear. You are quite right, even though there are several methods of science investigations, some of them are really actual. One of them is descriptive investigation that involves describing and quantifying parts of a natural system. It has a research question, procedures, and conclusion, and it is used when little is known about the topic. Usually, there is no hypothesis or prediction in this method. An investigator should observe, describe, list, and identify the issue. Second mostly common one is comparative investigation that involves collecting data on different populations, organisms, under different conditions to make a comparison. It includes a research question, possible hypotheses, procedures, and conclusion. In contrast with descriptive investigation, comparative investigation can have independent or dependent variables. The investigator, as a rule, compare, contrast the data looking for similarities and differences in order to categorize. And the third is experimental investigation that involves a process in which a fair test is designed to which variables are actively manipulated, controlled, and measured in an effort to gather evidence to support or refute a causal relationship. In this type of investigation, hope this will help you.
Thank you. All known variables have been identified. The investigator has a research question, hypothesis, procedures, control, and conclusion. Thank you very much.
Miss Rana, are there any investigation methods?
Yes, of course. Correlation, experiment, interview. Naturalistic observation, questionnaire survey are outstanding ones. In correlation, an investigator measures strengths of relationship between variables, while experimenting an independent variable is manipulated while others controlled, to see effects on a dependent variable. Interview, as you know, is used to gain in-depth information and individual views. Naturalistic observation is known as one of the oldest methods in which behavior is watched, as it occurs spontaneously in a natural setting. And questionnaire survey is very convenient for a snapshot of a large number of people's attitude, opinions, or behavior.
Tape script 9.4.
Now have you listened? Let's check your answers. The first one is a descriptive investigation. Now the second one, comparative investigation. The third one, fair test. And the fourth one, correlations. The fifth one, independent variable. The sixth one, interview. The seventh one, naturalistic observation. And the last one, questionnaire survey. Now I'll repeat once more. The first one is descriptive investigation. The second one is comparative investigation. The third one, fair test. The fourth one, correlations. The fifth one, independent variable. The sixth one, interview. Seventh, naturalistic observation. And the last one, questionnaire survey. Now the next task. Now in this task, you should match the beginnings of the sentence 1 to 6 and their endings A and F. I think 2 minutes is enough for you. Now let's check your answers. Now the first sentence. Berunice spoke and understood more than 10 languages. Next one. Farabi was fluent 70 languages. The third one. The pursuit of knowledge is a duty of every man and woman. The fourth one. Ulugh became a governor in 1409. At the age of 15, he started to develop science and education. Fifth one. Even being the leader of the country, he didn't miss a chance to deliver lectures. And the last one. The scientists of ancient times were very skillful and knowledgeable in different spheres. Now the next task. Look at these numbers. Now I'll give you the text about Thomas Edison, and you should read the text and decide what the following numbers stand for. Now this is a text for you. Now, in 1876, he built his lab. In 1847, he was born. 1093 patents he held for his invention. 9,000 experiments he held to perfect the light bulb. 1882, he invented the lighting bulb. In 1928, he was awarded with the Congressional Gold Medal. Now, the last task. In this task, you should read the statement and decide whether the statements are true, false, or not given. Now the first one. Edison created a television. Edison thought a person wouldn't achieve anything until he worked enough. Edison couldn't hear at all. He usually broke down the investigation if he confronted with challenge. He is one due to whom we have chandeliers full of lighting bulbs. His last words were, "It's beautiful over there." Now this is a text. Now the first statement. Edison created a television. Is it true or false or not given? It's false. Edison thought a person wouldn't achieve anything until he worked enough. It's given in the text. That's why it's true. Next one. Edison couldn't hear at all. It's also true. He usually broke down the investigation if he confronted with challenge. It's false. He is the one due to whom we have chandeliers full of lighting bulbs. It's true. And the last one. His last words were, "It's beautiful over there." Now, it's not given in the text. Now, dear students, our lesson is over. I think you enjoyed. Thank you for your attention and participation. Bye bye.